What is up, basketball fans, and welcome back to Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast. I am here on a away show. I'm out over in Alabama. I've been watching the draft. The NBA draft was not very entertaining in any way, shape, or form, but it was funny because there was a lot of moments that we're going to get into on today's Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast, brought to you by J-Bar M. J-Bar M Barbecue is just a couple blocks away from Toyota Center in Houston. They got free parking, great drinks, great barbecue, and the best people in town at J-Bar M Barbecue. Shout out to Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary Mix. We love Zing Zang. Zang responsibly with America's #1 Bloody Mary Mix, Zing Zang. And shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. I'm your host, Stone Shrinkman, joined always the three-man weave, Josh Garcia, Sheldon Nord. How are we doing, boys?
We're back, baby. We're back.
I've been surgery, and now we're back again.
Been waiting for this, man. So much happened last night, but not really much happened.
You guys are the most non-committal.
I'm gonna be so stoic and fake this whole episode and be like, yeah, the Brooklyn Nets, I see potential, but I don't, the whole time. So let's get after it. Why don't we?
I just want to give half a take and reel it back in.
Oh yeah.
Stone said not a lot happened, but it was entertaining.
A lot happened, but
it was enough for me to.
Oh no, you said it wasn't entertaining, but it was funny.
I had fun moments. Obviously, my team drafted Cooper Flag. It was the Cooper Flag Glaze Fest for the first 30 minutes.
Whoa.
They're in Maine. They've got like 4 different locations over in Maine for watch parties. And they're, I'm not going to say the nickname that people are calling the people that like Cooper Flag, but it's funny. It's funny. But
if
Cooper
you
Flag,
like that sort of thing.
Yeah, whatever. It's teenage boy humor, but it's fine. Cooper Flag, Dallas Maverick. But the night before is where I have a qualm with Shams Charania. He's talking to Scott Van Pelt. It's like 11 p.m. at night, Central Standard Time, God's time zone. And he's like, don't go to sleep. It's going to be one of the most active drafts we've ever seen. Literally nothing happened overnight. Nothing happened the next morning. Nothing happened really on draft night trade-wise that was really significant in any way, shape, or form. No one traded into the top 5. The Nets traded for 5 first-round draft picks. Somehow this first round and did absolutely nothing but draft players, which
asset management
could work, probably won't.
Well, I've always
Probably
tried
won't.
to have at least 6 point
But
guards on my
Shams, fraud. Don't go to sleep. So stupid.
Disgusting.
Yeah, for sure. But Shams, I'm still in.
I'm at the age where, and Stone, we're the same age. Josh, one day you'll understand this. I'm at the age where if a guy told me not to go to sleep because something was going to happen, I'd be like, oh, great. I'm excited to read it at 6 tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be the responsible thing.
Yeah, I didn't stay up for it.
We got to be responsible adults here, but
hey,
if Shams tells me not to sleep, don't get mad at me when I call out of work at 7:30 in the morning. Like it's not on me.
Oh man, that feels like a late time to call in. Is it?
I don't know. It depends. It depends. I don't like to bother people too hard.
If I was your manager, I'd have questions.
Oh, that's too bad. Anywho, the Zero Fears jersey, Jeremiah Fears landing in New Orleans. That's pretty cool.
Triple and on Bourbon Street this summer.
I'm very excited to get into this draft because not only do I have not really much to say about this draft, these guys are really not giving me anything to work with here. I'm really excited. However, there was a lot of guys crying, which it makes me feel like the world is healing. I don't know what's going on because post AAU you're getting all these guys who are just spoon fed, and here we are. Guys are getting it out of plenty of other countries, and we're just building our brand, building the league, and I love to see it. Shout out the former Rocket. Not even going to attempt to say his name, but the Duke center from Duke.
Mon Malowich.
There you go. See, I'm not a prospecting guy. I couldn't tell you. The only prospecting I do is watching Bryce Matthews 5 times a season in Sugarland this season. I'm having a good time.
San Francisco Giant Bryce Matthews.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. Like literally,
Sheldon, give me something on this draft because I got nothing right now.
Oh my gosh, I hate when you do this to me.
On the fly.
We can talk about the Nets since we already brought it up. They're my favorite team this summer.
Yep.
I saw a lot of people on Twitter, which was very surprising, talking about how Sean Marks is a genius. Look at all these picks that they have. And this is 1 hour before the draft.
They do nothing with that.
And then I think first pick, just wind out of the sails. Yegor Demin.
That's your boy.
I had to teach you guys that he existed.
Igor. Yeah. So with the Nets, we literally texted hours before the draft. We were both like, the Mavs and the Rockets need to go steal one of those later picks in the first round. Would love to do that. At this point, they did all of this to get into the top 5, essentially, in this draft. Trade a bunch of those picks to get the 5th pick or the 4th pick. The Nets didn't do that in any way, shape, or form. They stayed at what, 8?
19,
8, like
26
12,
and 27.
19, 22. They just had every pick in the first round, it felt like. They didn't move any of those picks. They took 1 Russian, 2 Israelis, and didn't trade any picks. So this summer ought to be really fun in Vegas. I don't know how this roster construction is going to work with 5 fucking rookies on your squad. Like, what's going to happen? Like, if 3 of them make it, how are you going to give everyone a rookie extension?
They're not.
It doesn't make any sense because they're not going to make it. But if theoretically, if they did, if they hit on 3 of them and they're like, fuck, we got 3 rookie extensions to give out this year.
The
sucks,
positions
dude.
are the best too, because it's they're all
guards.
They're all guards, and then Wolf, who is like a point forward, point big kind of guy. So
he's
basically,
the guy,
all guys who need the ball in their hands.
Now here's a guy.
Yep.
Tears in his
brother's eyes. Oh my! I've never in my life seen anything like it.
I actually missed that moment like live. That. Was that happening once he got drafted?
Yes.
Because I also saw the video
Yeah.
before he got drafted where he's kind of crying and someone walks up to him and like says something and his brother's just like in his ear, just like whispering something to him. And I was like, I'd be like, please get away. Please stop.
I love speaking of brothers who just love each other, the Khan Knipple family.
How many brothers? Is it 5?
Yeah.
I think there's 5 total brothers.
A lot of them.
Respect.
Khan is one of them. Yeah. There's a lot of boys there.
Talk about a family who just has fun. I mean, that's awesome. Good for them.
I'm with my in-laws, and they both look at the TV and they're like, "Are those all brothers?" And I was
like, "Nope.
Yeah, those are just Knippel brothers. They're all from
Wisconsin
or whatever." Like, yeah, the Knippels. I didn't say that because I was like, that'd be too hard to explain. Pronunciation, it's a whole thing.
KK boys.
So,
hey,
yeah,
nope.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on to Ace Bailey. So Ace Bailey.
Spoiler alert.
Doesn't work out for like any team. I don't know if he did work out for a single team. He was trying to push his way to Washington, and 2 other teams, essentially, in Brooklyn and 1 other team. I can't remember who it was, but they're all right there around the 6, 7, 8, 9 in the draft. And he's like, not working out for Philly, not working out for Charlotte, not working out for anyone, not Utah. Definitely not going to Utah. Danny Ainge said,
buddy,
I don't care.
Come here.
I don't care. I'm gonna draft you. I have the pick, and you are available. Welcome to Utah because you have pedigree, and that's what Danny Ainge drafts is pedigree. Like Marcus Smart, number 1 national player in high school. Like, yeah, I'll take Marcus Smart. That's what he does. He just takes pedigree over results in college or high school. He's gonna take pedigree and Ace Bailey, and it sometimes works out. Look at Jaylen Brown, one of the best players in high school that year. Kind of sucked at Cal, number 3 pick. Wins the finals.
Yeah, but also Ace was like, people liked him at Rutgers. And
he was fun. Yes, so fun.
It was super productive. The questions were really it was all people that have no idea that basketball is played with more than 2 people saying, how did this Rutgers team lose this many games? I was like,
the rest of the team stinks.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, watch a game. And then everyone else, it was like the questions about whether or not he can be like a connective player, whatever, because he just loves to shoot.
Whatever that means. That's a
very real thing.
Nope. Eye test. Ace Bailey eye test.
When you use your eyes, you see that he does not pass.
Didn't you watch Jalen Green?
And it was frustrating.
It was pain that I felt.
Point proven, Josh. Point proven.
He finally got up to like 3 assists a game, and we're like, yes, playmaking leap.
One triple double he got. We were like, oh my god,
is that LeBron James? Anyway, the Ace thing is just all about the workout. Like, they thought it was arrogant. I think some people thought he was going to get Shedeur Sanders, but I didn't.
Nah, that doesn't happen in the NBA.
Yeah, there was a lot of people thinking he might fall out of the lottery, and I was like, "Geez, Louise, no
NBA way
shot."
different.
And like this works in football, I think, because there's 53 guys on a roster. There's 7 rounds, and doesn't really work in basketball because it's just like, look, man, you're a good basketball player. You could probably help our team win 5 more games next year, and we're still going to be tanking for the number 1 overall pick and have Lauri Markkanen and whatever. They could be good. I don't know. Like, I don't think this jump starts their rebuild necessarily in a huge way to where they're still out of the lottery next year. But also, he could help the rebuild by sucking and then just being a trade asset.
That's the Nets method is you pick 5 human beings and you're like, okay, these are
at least one of these
tangible assets.
Right?
You're just doing the draft lottery with your prospects. There's like one of them's got to work.
It makes me wonder though, because you, of course, y'all remember Cam Whitmore, and how he fell to what was it, 14 or 13?
20.
Yeah, damn, really?
It was 20. Because I thought the Mavs were going to take him at 10, then they traded down to 12, and I was like, all right, now we're going to.
I thought everyone after pick 5 was going to take him.
Golly, the whole draft.
Yes,
I mean, he was top 7, like in every board, and
I mean
top 5 in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And that's wild. And the Nova boys on something about it. But there's a lot of guys, and of course this happens every year. You have guys who are just top 10 or top 15 who end up going in the 30, 35 range or whatever the case may be. But I feel like it's so out of whack this season that you're just I don't know. This draft feels different, folks. I don't know what it is. Jeremiah Fears going at 7, and then KJ Kasparas falling to 20, which was that was funny. That these guys are just going everywhere. And it's all guards too. All the guards are real streaky. This draft, this go around, other than the top 5, of course. VJ Edgecombe, dude. Oh my god, league pass team of the year.
The Sixers are just like, look, we may not have a power forward, small forward, or a center be able to play on this roster, but look, we got Tyrese Maxey, VJ, and Jared McCain. Fuck it, boys. Let's go score some points and play no defense. Can't wait to see.
Some nights we have Joel Embiid.
They 30
That's
nights.
what I'm saying. Like, you either got him, and you might get about 10 out of Paul George.
There you go. Hey, one more year in Paul George's prime, guys. Some people are saying.
At least we get to see VJ, Jared McCain, and Tyrese Maxey on the podcast. Right?
Sure. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind if they just started their own.
Yeah.
Just did one like the Knicks boys, the Nova.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I think Paul George is.
Did you watch the Jared McCain and?
No, I'm gonna finish.
Did you watch Jared McCain and Funny Marco?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's pretty funny.
Oh wait,
it's pretty good.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Did he quote Drake lyrics? That's all I know about it.
Yeah,
that's when I knew I was out.
He did. All right, but I thought it was funny. He was hyped up before the draft. He's showing off his jacket and all that shit, and then all of a sudden he gets drafted by Utah, and his whole facial expression changes. It's just straight face the whole time, the rest of the night.
Which, I kind of don't get. If he just hates Salt Lake City, fine. I think I was sticking up for Oklahoma City last week or earlier this week, whenever that was. I'll do it again for Salt Lake City. I went recently. I enjoyed my time. Small city, but there's got mountains and a ton of water.
Sure, yeah, good.
I actually
too many Mormons
lost my ID. I don't know. Do you have some kind of?
I don't know if Ace Bailey likes Mormons. I can't tell you. I like the Mormons. I've been friends with Mormons.
They demands the method. They need to link up.
They're good people. They're always nice.
I mean,
but maybe Ace didn't like the Mormons. I don't know.
We should ask him.
Do
you think we could get him on? We'll get him on. Like, what's the real reason? Anyway, but playing for the Jazz, like you have say what you want about Danny Ainge. I don't know. He's good enough. They have a good coach. They have some of the coolest, at least alternate uniforms, in the NBA, and they have like some.
They're the
that's right.
Ones now.
I forgot they did the full on rebrand. Oh, good. I was so tired of those.
Them and Orlando. That's awesome. Good for them.
Yeah. So you're gonna look great while you're playing there, and they have like some promising young players. So unless they all get traded to the Lakers, which is what I keep seeing online every single day.
Colin Sexton's either going to be a Laker or a Mav yesterday. It feels like. Hey, Bryce Sensabaugh getting in that rotation, baby. Schizophrenia coming back year 3.
Taylor Hendricks with one leg.
That's right. There you go.
Oh, man, that was traumatic. Yeah. Anyway, Ace.
Tyrese Proctor got.
Did he get picked?
Oh, Cyrus. Fellas, the
Tyrese Proctor got
the second round is going on right now while we're recording. Oh, what do you know about
we're recording this during the
Bogle Markovic?
Bobo.
Nothing?
Yeah, I know Bobo.
No, Bobo got picked.
Nah, I got it.
Yeah, doing a live pod during round 2.
Pre-draft scouting didn't go past the first pick.
Yeah. Maybe the Rockets will do something. Nah. I'm good.
No, bro, we're not getting. Oh, we have the very last pick.
You do.
Sure.
59, right?
59?
Sure.
It's weird. There's no. Sure. The Wizards.
Sure.
Washington Wizards. Sleepy Washington Wizards are sneaky rebuilding in a really fun pace, and I kind of like what they're doing, and I think I might make them my league pass of the team of the year next year. I don't know. Who's to say? The Wizards rebuild's going kind of crazy. Took Trey Johnson, Will Riley. They did draft Walter Clayton Jr. originally, which I really wish they would have stuck with that, but they ended up
to
Utah
for Will Riley. But Trey Johnson,
yeah,
fun.
Do not call him the DC sniper, please.
Do not call him
Walter Clayton Jr. just getting shots up, boys.
Trey Johnson is like the same kind of mold as Ace Bailey, just a shooter, and he makes some like crazy shots.
Yeah, he does.
Basically, the only regular season college hoops I watched were like UNC Duke, and then half of the Texas games. And Trey Johnson was either shooting like 3 of 13, or he just like caught fire. And just went crazy. So
that's what college basketball's for.
Yeah, it could be pretty sick. Also, Texas kid from Garland.
Sure. Outside of Dallas, correct?
Yep.
I don't
East
care
to
anymore.
East. Yeah, it's not that worth. Worth carrying that much. So the Wizards have all these exciting young guys, and then they just got CJ McCollum. They've got Chris Middleton. Kelly Olynyk, Marcus Smart,
trade machine, first team ballot.
Yeah, just
what a squad,
just incredible squad.
I don't know. I kind of like.
No,
it's so bad, but it
looks funny on paper, but I think functionally it will actually probably be really good for those young guys.
35 wins next season, I think.
And the East is going to suck.
The East is going to suck.
Probably make the playoffs.
I have no idea what they could be.
Even worse than this year. I mean, Giannis might go this summer.
Some are saying.
I don't know how much worse it can get, folks.
Stay East, dude. I don't want them.
Yeah, no Eastern Conference preview next year. We're protesting.
Yeah, we might have to. Honestly, we might just preview the top 4 teams, and that's it.
God, no Boston anymore. It feels.
That's all we need.
Feels right.
It's Orlando, New York, Cleveland, and Detroit. Those are the teams we'll preview.
Everybody's conversation. Detroit's going to get home court advantage.
We'll just do like 2 seconds on the rehab timeline for the players that actually matter and move on. Tyrese, 2026.
We can touch on the Celtics.
Golly.
Yeah. Celtics, Pacers, Bucks get an injury segment,
actually,
and that's it.
I know we're not doing these previews, but I feel like the Pacers, because of the rest of the East is injured, are still going to like make a little noise.
They're going to win 52 games somehow. You're like
because they just have to play the rest of the decimated
East.
They might end up okay.
Best case scenario. That's awesome.
It might just be fine. That's good. Another draft point. Colin Murray Boyles saying "fuck" and dipping his head down when he was drafted by the Toronto Raptors.
He was relieved, guys. He was relieved.
I mean,
was a cool play.
It looked like the sound of disappointment. It was so good. He might have been relieved, but it looked.
I really want to
believe
very funny that he was like, "Oh, I can't believe it," but man, it looks so much like he was disappointed.
Not smiling through it all.
And then his girlfriend, what's her name?
So bad.
She plays for South Carolina.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, what's her name? You guys don't know?
Stole the show last night on Twitter.
Well, I was just gonna say she did not.
With the hat on her head like this.
So you've seen the pictures
to the side,
top of
TI
her hair.
style.
It's good to know that you guys
know
exactly what she looks like and who I'm talking about and have zero idea what her name is. That's great.
I've seen it twice.
Hand up, I did have to look up Colin Murray Boyles' name.
This is an NBA
when
podcast.
writing this in the show notes.
Podcast,
so
by the way.
This is an equal. This is an equal show, boy.
Stone is actually the only host who's always here. You had to look up.
I do not discriminate.
This is an equal opportunity name forgetting podcast.
That's right. Well, you got to remember, Stone had a 2-month period where it was all stars, and after Luka, it was
pre-draft scouting only went to number 1 pick. Pre-draft scouting went to Cooper Flag and Cooper Flag only.
Shout out, here's some post-draft promise, I guess. Nick Clifford, man, that dude's film is awesome. He's a super senior, I know, but
that's fine.
I think the last of a dying breed with those super seniors, maybe like last COVID year. Yeah. Damn, I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, this is the last year.
No, Bo Nix, get a job.
Get it?
Yep.
He was like 22.
He was like next college graduation age.
Bo Nix was only 22?
Yeah, he was.
I think he had just
so he was 23. Literally just a super senior.
I think he had just turned 23 right before the draft.
Only one more year, guys. No Cam McCormick's here. Good for him though. He made a career out of it. Cam McCormick, or he got a good job, so that's cool. Yeah. LinkedIn.
Anyway, I was just saying that. Colin Murray Boy's girlfriend looked just as disappointed as he did.
Oh,
she gave
yeah.
It looked. She had.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Toronto's a long way.
Like for sure.
Kid probably didn't even.
I feel
have a
like Toronto and South
Toronto's
Carolina
not
aren't ridiculously that far from each other. Like
everyone
I'm not talking
Toronto
like New York. Like it's definitely under New
somewhere.
York to LA. No, do I sound crazy?
No, that feels.
Yeah,
I don't know. The coasts are deceptive. I think it takes longer to travel them than you think.
Also, is she going to the league? Who knows? She could be a Dallas wing. Who knows?
No idea.
And Toronto will be the next WNBA.
Toronto power couple.
Yeah,
I just Love Island basketball. Just start talking.
This draft.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh, can we talk about the draft hats?
Yes, better.
They're good.
Better
the golf hats.
Yeah,
yep.
These are some of the best.
The golf hats.
Yeah,
why do you keep saying that like you're correcting me?
the cursive spell out. Those are awesome.
Yeah, sure.
The design of it's great. I think if they did that on like a normal hat instead of a golf hat, I'm all in.
Yeah,
not a lot of. You need a little bit more structure in it.
Because
they're falling down. You don't get the full.
Yeah, it looks.
But you don't get the full wording some of the times.
That's fine. Okay. I just heard Adam
Cooper Flag.
Adam
looks
just
like he'd never won a hat before.
Adam just told me which team was drafting him. I don't need to even see the hat.
Yep, there you go. It's I don't know, the OKC draft hat.
Well, when you have a guy wearing your team's hat that isn't ever going to play for your team because he's already been traded.
I hate it.
Seems kind of stupid. Can we fix the hat situation before we talk about the actual hats?
Needs to be changed, of course. I feel like everyone already knows. But listen, here's the deal. Everyone's already talked about it. What if it changes though? And then a Mark Williams fake fail your physical because we decided we're actually scared of having this guy on our team happens.
Something to food for thought.
Do they have to bring that guy back? Does Kaman Malawach have to come back to New York or wherever they do the draft and get his Rockets hat?
Yes.
If they undo it?
Yes.
Also, what's funny is that it was a Phoenix pick that became a Rockets pick.
Yeah, I think that's happened.
And then it's a Phoenix pick again, but he still has to wear the middle
now
team.
A Phoenix pick again. Yes. The Rockets had it.
I love
it's so fucking stupid. It also looked like Cooper Flag's never won a hat in his life before.
I gotta see this.
It just didn't look like he's ever.
He's gonna be so cool when he's bald and at like 26. Can't wait.
Hey man, calm down.
I love it. No, I'm telling you, like,
oh, he's wearing it really high on his head.
Pretty good. Really high, and it's super loose.
I love
just looks
that
like he's never won
in his picture with the jersey.
Okay.
He's doing the widest like soft smile. He's like,
good for him.
Yeah,
good for him.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
You know, he's not pretending to be someone who's not.
Golly, Stone, you got man. The demons were working for you this draft lottery.
Them Pascal demons transferred over,
and then
transferred
the
over.
Suns trading 2 first-round picks for.
Yeah.
The Suns traded 2 first-round picks for Mark Williams and Malawach, so that was cool.
Sure, if that's it, yeah. That's kind of what happened. Yeah.
And Kevin Durant. Did you say that?
And Kevin Durant.
Well, they traded away Kevin Durant and 2 first-round picks for Malawach and Mark Williams. That's pretty rough.
That's a okay return. Kind of funny. Kind of funny.
Well, it's Kevin Durant, 2 first-round picks.
Well, hey,
Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks.
That's right. You're leaving a big detail out there.
Who, regardless of what you think about them, are big league players.
A high volume detail.
They will suit up and they will regularly.
They will.
Some of them all 82 games.
One of them might not have all 10 fingers. Y'all heard the Dylan Brooks?
Dude.
Yeah, allegedly.
Freaky. Well, he will now. He'll preserve those phalanges now.
That was crazy.
That was weird.
This is a gossip show, dude. This is a gossip show. This Love Island gossip, everything. We're just gonna start reading Drake lyrics by minute 35.
I'd rather run my head through my monitor.
That's right.
Not really. I'm just being dramatic.
Allegedly.
Kevin Durant, 2 first-round picks for Mark Williams, Kamal Malawach, Dylan Brooks, and Jalen Green.
That's a haul, folks. I can't.
Yeah.
Seems bad, man.
Nope.
Seems bad.
And they are still paying like $400 million. Something like that.
They added so much tax.
They haven't got under like anything, which is weird. I don't understand why they were able to make
the KD trade alone.
Mark Williams trade.
You can stay in the second apron all day long.
So it's only
they're not at the hard cap yet. So there is a hard cap all the way at the top of the second.
But there
apron.
are rules like with KD, we had to like exactly match salary, basically, which is why that combo that we did, unless you're going to trade away Fred, is like the best option. Because you have to get like basically exactly the combo if you're sending a player out. Do you guys know if is that the rule that you only have to match the salary if you're sending someone away? But if you're doing picks for players, it's fine.
So
you just
second
have to eat the money.
Second apron, you can send out a player, and the team sending you something back has to be either picks or something within a certain percentage of that player that you're sending out. But you cannot send 2 players out and then receive multiple players back. Like you can only send one out at a time.
Teams sending you stuff back, I think you have to take in the same amount of salary you're sending out if you're trading someone away. That's why, like the Celtics.
Yeah, I think it's the same amount or within a certain percentage after.
Oh, I see, or more. I see what you're saying.
Well,
basically, you have to get expirings back if you want to get under the tax.
Golly, there's so many intricacies. Does this relate to the CBA?
It's exactly the CBA.
The CBA is completely just thrown apart this league.
I kind of like it.
When I was a kid, I would just follow whatever my GM or franchise mode or my league or whatever you want to call it. I would just follow those financial rules. And I was like, oh, this applies to real life. I haven't bought an NBA 2K in 4 years.
Can't do it anymore.
I can't keep up.
And then if you're in the first apron, you can do pretty much anything you want, and you get a TPE. So like the Mavericks have $5.7 million they can use on them.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Hardaway Jr. Bring him back.
If you clear up cap space at all, you like get rewarded for it. That's how I understand it.
Yeah, which is like I kind of like it, but I also hate it because now like the Celtics could have just been a team for forever, theoretically, and 10, 15 years ago. And now they're pretty much like, yeah, guys, we really can't do this. They saved what, $140 million, $180 million in tax payments next year just from trading Kristaps and Drew Holiday.
Poor Drew Holiday.
Yeah. So on top of whatever their salary was, which was approaching $500 million,
they still got an okay return.
They saved $180 million.
Yeah, Anthony Simons is fine, and I think his deal will end relatively soon, right? Or did I make that up?
Yeah, I want to say it's this year.
It's after this year. He's a UFA.
Yeah, so that's fine. Do you guys think they'll trade Derek White?
I don't think.
You don't think so? You think they'll stand pat for now?
I think they're done.
I mean, they can still trade him at the deadline or something.
I think they're done now.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder what a Rockets package.
I think if they're trading anyone, it'd be Simons.
Yeah, redirect him.
Anthony Simons being on that Celtics team is disgusting. Yeah, I see him perfectly fitting in Washington and shooting 25 shots.
I think he'll be.
Someone's got to get shots up for the Celtics.
Yeah, maybe.
No, like I'm not saying he'll be good. I just
hey,
think he'll be fine.
Clear the runway for Poop Henderson next season, guys. One less guard. I can't wait.
Well, they got
year 3 leap. Very excited.
I mean, I actually
they did just bring.
Yeah, but he's not going to be.
He's not. No, that's not real.
They'll also probably trade him somewhere else. Actually, I don't know. I bet they're going to try and convince him to stay because a lot of these rebuilding teams are finally like, okay, let's add some guys. Let's get an adult in the room. Other than DeAndre Ayton.
Didn't they trade for Drew before
he was part of the original Dame trade that put Dame in Milwaukee?
And then got rerouted
Boston traded Malcolm Brogdon and whatever else to get Drew.
Rookie of the year, Malcolm Brogdon. People forget.
Rookie of the year, Milwaukee Bucks, Malcolm Brogdon.
Oh, brother.
Michael Carter Williams
acted like he was a bust, even though he was the 11th pick. Man, when you set the expectations too high and you just fall on your face.
Well, Michael Carter Williams thing was weird because he popped off his rookie year and then died. He just disappeared off the face of the earth.
It was never good again.
Yeah, it was
weird. Good times. All right. Well, that's the draft episode. I don't have any more notes, but we're going to be back very, very soon with another episode. We're going to be doing the Gravities, our season awards for 2024-2025. Tune in for that. Shout out to you for subscribing. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast, wherever you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify, wherever, or hit it on Apollo HOU on YouTube. We love you guys. Shout out to J Bar M Barbecues, just a couple blocks away from Toyota Center. We just love J Bar. Great people. J Bar M is the best in Houston. Shout out to Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. Zing Zang is amazing. We love America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. It's ready to drink cans. They're all the best. Shout out to Zing Zang, Zang responsibly, and shout out to Big City Wings, Houston Swing Joint. Follow Swing Joint. Go check them out today if you're in the Houston area. We love Big City Wings. Boys, thank you for joining me. We'll be back very, very soon with another episode of Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast.